Hello, my name is Jonas Borsen. This is my Media Studies coursework, syllabus code 9609, candidate number 9309. This is my evaluation question 3 and my evaluation question 4. I have decided to put these questions together in one video, as I feel as if they are very interlinked, especially regarding my answers, and I just felt it would be much more efficient to have these in one video and answer both at the same time. So I'm gonna start with evaluation question 3. How did your product skills develop throughout this project? Well, initially I have become much better at finding fonts to use. I want to start out with saying that I am not particularly a design oriented person. I do value function much more than I value design. I found this to be very problematic, especially when selecting colors, videos, fonts. Basically a lot of challenges for me to overcome, especially because I didn't understand why I just couldn't select any font and any color, because for me it didn't really matter that much. So let's just get started. How did your production skills develop throughout this project? Well, if I just pull out I have two screens, that's why I'm gonna switch a bit around here. Pull out my fonts example and my cover. Put you over there and put you there. If we start comparing the fonts, I don't think I actually used a single of the fonts that I initially found when I was doing the logo design. Put you up there as well. I did use the fonts, but as soon as I actually started making the product itself, I quickly realized that simply just didn't really have any fonts that felt right. None of the fonts that I had selected, once I got into it, I felt fit the message of the magazine I wanted to create. So yeah, that's definitely something that has improved massively through the development. Just sitting here now looking back at this paper here, I don't even see how I was able to select these fonts in the beginning. Also putting together colors. Just gonna go back to my blog here and color scheme analysis. Back to what I was saying before, I am absolutely horrible at design and still feel like there's room for lots of improvement. So just before I started doing all this and looking at color schemes and all this, I just kinda picked out some colors that I wanted to use in my head. And when I actually started development, we just pull out my magazine. When I started putting all this together, and that was not what I wanted to do. No, that one. That's my preliminary task. As you can see, it was just the colors I like. I like blue, red, because there was a health warning red. That was really the thoughts that went through my head when doing my preliminary task. I had put no thought into the needs of the magazine or anything to do with audience when doing this. I think it shows pretty clearly as well. Sorry, it's a bit more, it's so lazy. I do have a cold, so that's why my voice is a bit skew. As you can see, absolutely no thought into the colors. I was just big blue title because I like blue. And then I did the analysis. Color scheme analysis. I quickly started gathering that the genre I was going for, the like rock genre, often used dark colors. See, like black, dark green, white, like a dark color still. And we'll go down here. Black, dark blue, red, dark orange. And again, black, weird, maroonish, black, dark color as well. And like here, black, some sort of reddish, and that's definitely not the brightest yellow I have seen ever. So I kind of put all this together and be like, okay, I need like darkish colors, but because my target audience was already starting to think like I wanted to target people around my age, generally speaking, probably like 17 to 21. I know that if I had a color scheme like that, I wouldn't pick this magazine. I needed a bit more plain the colors. So I compromised a 5-color color scheme consisting of black, blue, red. I was supposed to have been a bit more yellow, didn't, but my final project I did use more yellow than this golden color. And these are the colors that I thought like that's the colors I would use. Like I would buy a magazine using these colors. So that's something that definitely changed a lot from my initial starting position. Was my ability to see and use colors. Something else that definitely has improved a lot. Put this back on. Yeah, cutting out pictures and merging them together. Well, considering that the photos didn't have a unified background, this is kind of like the best I ended up doing. I basically ran out of time because right about where this ends here, some of the picture from below begins, and that was just a huge mess. I'm not sure what I was doing right there. I did my best. Honestly, when you zoom out, it seems still quite horrible. Doesn't seem as bad. I didn't really feel like you noticed it before I actually told the people about it when they saw it. Yeah, if we get this one back up, you can see like nicely cut edges, slightly just merging into the background. I used like a bit of blur effect there. Before I started this project, something like this hole here in the bent arm, I probably would never have noticed. So I guess that's something that I have developed about, the ability to know where to cut the things out. Generally speaking, my photography skills improved. I am not used to taking pictures. I'll probably touch a bit about that later when we're not going to question 5. But if I just gather some pictures I have in a different location. absolutely take some of the pictures here, especially when we get down to these, the desert pictures. I was quickly became, because we were in the desert, aware that taking pictures into the sun or anything that's heavily reflected off the sun is a bad idea. I initially had a lot more pictures that looked a lot like this. I think I did delete a lot of them on the way home. Wish I could have shown a bit more of those. Also like shadows, and this one was actually kind of intentional with the sun because I wanted to get the flare. I actually do enjoy this picture. I wish that the hair wasn't cut off, otherwise I would definitely have used this picture at some point. Probably one of my favorite photos. This photo here I had planned out a bit differently if I find my shot plans. See how I have like this rock with the shadow. I quickly realized that probably wouldn't be possible, because that the cliffs that's out in the desert here, they get pretty high, so I had to get far away, which would make the people standing on there look really small. So I kind of on the way out there, I saw we had this broken off truck thing just laying there. I thought I could make a good replacement, since the other thing seems unreasonable. I'm kind of sad because there's not a lot of these pictures that's used in the final project. And we go in here. All of these were taken inside. Like only these two here were pictures that was taken out there in the desert. I had hoped to be able to use them a bit more, but it just didn't really work out. A thing I wanted to do really much was this kind of merging thing here, that merge pictures together. In my short plans I describe how I want to take 3 pictures of them against the wall, and I wanted to cut the pictures up into slices and merge the 3 slices together, so I'd have so I had like a third of a person, then another third of the person, and then the last third of the person. However, as soon as I started editing the photos together, I was like, no, this doesn't work. So I opted in for a bit different strategy. If we go to my finished pages, see here, instead of having like a third of each person, I took the whole person and I started playing around a bit with the colors. This is something I definitely will touch about going into question 5 as well, with the hardware and software used. My organizational skills improved. So I did go to the desert with another group. I do have the pictures I took. Some of the other pictures we see here, well, they were recording my movie. I decided because I have a car and license, so I decided I would take them to the desert, offered to take them to the desert. So I had to organize that. I think I was the only one interested in actually putting the trip together. Just had to keep asking them for the dates. That was definitely fun. It ended up being a really good day. They got some amazing shots. I got my missing shots, which I never use much of. Anyway, that's not the point. The point was that we had a big day. Yes. Back to my organization skills, my production schedule. I did follow this pretty well. A few things that weren't done by my deadline. I split it up into week sections, like Sunday to Thursday, and weekend, etc. Some things I didn't finish quite that Thursday, so I pushed it on through to the next Sunday, back and forth. However, if you see the last time, I was planning on having this finished the entire blog before New Year's. Considering that it is today, the 1st of April, I didn't really go as planned. This whole evaluation thing, I simply just misjudged completely how long it would actually take to make and edit these photos together and write up the content. All of that, I don't even have it in the plan. I was completely unaware that it had to be done. So definitely overestimated quite a lot on that. Yeah. Whoops. Didn't go as planned. Preliminary task. Comparing my preliminary task. Put you up there and take you up here. I can definitely see a lot of improvements from the preliminary task. Even like the picture for my final is much sharper and the color is much more true. Use of fonts, as I commented on earlier, much better. On my preliminary task, we can see how I kind of just like stuffed text in, didn't really put much thought into placement of the text. Here I did put the text as is the general convention, put the text around the main topic with the big header in the middle symbolizing the main article, with kind of like a sub article below it, and then the less important stuff at the bottom following general conventions here. I did say about these conventions in question 1, and I think I touched a bit about it in question 2, or it's the other way around. So yeah, I guess that's question 3. Question 4. How did you integrate technologies, software, hardware, and online into this project? Well, first of all, I say virtually everything online. I learned that the hard way from ICT project I did a few years ago, when my USB just suddenly didn't open anymore. I was like, whoops. That is half a year of work disappeared. So I used a combination of Google Drive and Dropbox. Mainly I used Dropbox because I'm used to using Dropbox. Although I actually do think I kind of prefer Google Drive. I used Photoshop a lot. That was the first. I'm not much for photo editing. I do some pixel art in my spare time using a tool similar to Photoshop called Fireworks, also made by Adobe. It's compatible with Photoshop, mainly, more or less. Has a lot of the same effects, and the gist of the program do work in the same way. However, Photoshop just works better for editing pictures. Otherwise, they're usually the same program, one for pictures, one for web art, I guess. I learned a lot about how to use a camera. In the beginning, well, the first few shots I took, I hadn't considered shutter speed and the ISO settings. I didn't really consider them that much at all, because I had no idea what they were for. I actually still not sure, but I learned that for bright rooms you need lower ISO, and something shutter speed needs to be lower as well. Aperture. Don't even have a word for it. Using the magnetic lasso would probably have been a better option for my preliminary task, to give these nice cutouts, and the magic wand also made life much easier than sitting with a rubber removing individual pixels. Online technologies. If we go to my blog, we see that I did some research on a mood board. I used Google Images and Flickr to find some pictures to give me an initial idea about what I wanted to do. I did some research into professional photographers, where I looked at some of the pictures they take, how they set up their pictures, with the colors, placement, gold ratio. See what I was talking about earlier with the merge. I wanted to have them like kind of like this here, each of them standing like this, and then I'd take like a third of each. Didn't work out. Placement of color, setting up how they wanted to stand, looking into the camera, golden ratio, background, foreground settings. I did try to find pictures for more or less everything. I did use it slightly when I was taking the photos. See how like he's like standing like that, looking into him. If we go and run that one, kind of bit like the way he's like looking that way, like two people. How these people are like separated by a bit, the same separation we see here. And for the blog, I used a lot of pictures. I used SlideShare and PowerPoint, as well as Prezi, to just make my research a bit more interactive. Because I like interactive, and Web 2.0 is amazing. Yeah, amazingly, this was, I think it was my second time actually using InDesign. I did help out with the yearbook at an older school, because the guy who was doing it for me was really slow. I did it about fourth of the time. No, that's not the topic. But yeah, that was just simple, putting a picture into where the picture is supposed to be and moving a bit of text around. To be honest, I had absolutely no clue what I was doing back then. I did find Photoshop to be very confusing. Well, not Photoshop, but I did find Photoshop confusing as well. InDesign, as I said earlier in the beginning, the design element does not come natural to me at all. I found the program to be intuitive. A lot of functions were not where I expected functions to be. I was lacking a lot of functions as well, thinking it can't really be that hard. But oh well, functions were there, had to work around that. I had to use a Mac. Yay, clap clap. Luckily I'm not doing that right now because I really do not like Macs, and I'm definitely not planning on using them in the future either. I have spent now the best part of this year in media working on a Mac, and I must honestly say I find the shortcuts and the functions intuitive. I do not like the way Macs work at all. Yeah, I guess that's rounding up my question 5. So, see you later.